Welcome back to Misscliks D&D Devotion. So, the party spends the night at the tavern free of charge and heads out the next morning on their way to Half Hill. What is your marching order as you're kind of traveling through the wilderness?
I'll take the lead.
And I'm
Unless
kind of
you
following
insist
behind.
on doing so.
Nah, today I'm feeling like walking on the back, like holding on to like Killen's arm.
And I'm just barely a step behind, and I'm kind of gazing out as we're walking, so I'm walking just slightly slower than Ransom.
Okay.
Magmaniac says, I was into Gregorian chants before it went mainstream. He's a Gregorian hipster.
As you guys are traveling through the wilderness, you hear some singing and this loud thwapping sound off in the distance.
Singing and thwapping?
Singing
I
and
thought I'd
thwapping.
investigate this. Because it makes me curious.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll lead it and I'll lead the party in that direction. You don't suppose this is a strange instrument, do you?
Can we make like a music knowledge check?
Yeah, you're bards. Give me a charisma check. That's going to be your musical knowledge. Bards are very charisma based. It's a 24 from Anna. What about from V? Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
You guys V, you recognize this sound and this sort of singing. You are familiar that this is a halfling musical instrument. It's really like a kind of a large floppy leather paddle, or two large floppy leather paddles that get slapped together and make this sort of noise.
What's it called, though?
It's called a paddle bus.
I recognize that sound. It's a paddle bus. It's a halfling instrument.
Anna, you know what this is, but you didn't recognize the sound.
Oh, wait.
Anna knew what knows the instrument, but didn't recognize the sound. You recognize the sound and know the instrument.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, my statement still stands.
Oh yeah, I remember reading about those, but I don't know if I've ever heard it used. I thought that was a little bit outdated.
I guess so, but someone's using it. We should go take a look.
I suppose it's important to stay on top of local trends, so let's go.
Okay. You guys continue to push forward, and coming over a slight rise, you see what appears to be a wedding procession. There are a couple, each in a little chair on top of a palanquin, which is raised on top of the shoulders of four people, and they're kind of being marched while there's a group of four in front and a group of four in back. And those guys have the paddle buses, and then they're singing songs, and it's all in halfling. And even with the halfling sitting on top of the other halfling's shoulders, they only really come up to like head height. They're pretty small creatures. And you guys are on like a small hill overlooking them as they make their way through the woods.
They're singing and playing as they go through the woods?
Yep, they're singing in halfling.
Look at that. I think that's a wedding going on. I looked at Helen.
It's definitely a wedding.
Well, we wouldn't want to crash a wedding.
Oh, I think we should. Sounds like fun.
I mean, maybe...
You could play music for them and make their weddings even better. Like, imagine a wedding ending with the song Feelings on a Brick Road in the Dark of Night.
That's true. It would be a perfect wedding song.
I can't help but think of weddings, I say as I gaze into Cass's eyes.
I kind of that's the first time I've really heard Ransom say something romantic, and I'm kind of I look at him with new eyes a little bit.
And then I break your moment and I'm like, do you think they have free booze?
Babe, I can get you whatever buzz you want.
I snicker a little. Way to ruin the mood, Olivia.
I look at Ransom and I'm like, Ransom, what do you think? Should we go join the wedding? I kind of feel awkward.
Okay, I'll introduce all of you.
You're never awkward. You're like the most charismatic
Come on, let's go.
I've met in like forever.
You know these people, Ransom? You said you'd introduce us?
Seeing their interest in going to visit the wedding, I just start going down there. I don't use my halberd in any aggressive manner.
Okay. The halflings see you coming down, and they all kind of pause, and then the two elves and the other human come over, and they see the instruments on the humans and start to give a loud "Yay!" And one of them quickly speaks up in common and says, "Bards, bards, play us a song!"
I told you they would love you. Yay!
I kind of am like bashful, like, oh, thanks, they're so well. If you insist, and I take out my lute and
And then I go, Guess and Kellen duo, woo! And then I like start dancing before the music even starts. I'm like, come on, everybody, Cass and Kellen and Cass.
No. It's the bride and groom's names aren't Kess and Kellen. It's Mary and Joseph.
Mary and Joseph. Woo!
How very biblical.
Joseph. Come on, everybody, Mary and Joseph.
I'm like, this one's just for you, Mary and Joseph. I nod at Cass and I'm like, we have like a stock wedding song, I think. And it's something like the name and the name forever and ever. So it's Mary and Joseph forever and ever. And I launch right into it. And I know the dance moves for this one. I'm not as good of a dancer as Kess, but it's like a fully choreographed, like Mary and Joseph forever and ever. And then we're dancing.
Can I get everyone to make me perception checks at -5, please?
Yeah.
Uh, 26, 12. Did everyone make checks already?
No.
15 and 27. So, as we should expect, Ransom and Olivia are totally taken back with the singing and the playing and the wedding procession. Kess and Kellen are true professionals in keeping an eye on their surroundings, on their audience, on what's going on as they continue to be their showmen. Oh, it's 20. It's still perfect for what we need. When Kess and Kellen and your, moment of stagecraft and showmanship and keeping an eye on everything, notice what appears to be a trio of hobgoblins sneaking through the woods, swords drawn.
What do we know about hobgoblins?
They're about 6 feet tall, covered in short reddish fur. They got like a squat pig nose face, long ears that kind of flop at the very ends of them. They're mean-tempered, vicious creatures, quite smart, dangerous fighters, and they do enjoy bloodshed and violence.
So it doesn't look like they're coming toward the party. The party doesn't know that they're there.
They're sneaking through the woods, kind of shifting from tree to bush.
Are we daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Okay.
I kind of look over to Kellen and I nod and I'm like, do our danger sign.
What is your danger sign? Hold on. If you have a danger sign, I need to know what this is.
That's what it is? So it's almost like a finger dance, so someone could think you're just boogieing around, but it's...
Yeah, but it's danger.
Yeah. Okay. I see that, and I do our agreed upon early ending. It's like, hey! And then I'm like, all right, that's not the end of our show, but nobody panic. We have a bit of a venue emergency. I encourage everyone to seek cover over there while the rest of us fight these...
No, another song! Come on!
Please calmly proceed to that cover.
But it's Joseph and Mary's wedding! Come on, you can do one more song!
Daggers, and I'm like, seriously, you probably want to get out of the way.
As you draw your daggers, everyone hears a loud cry coming from the direction of these
My
hobgoblins.
eyes are out at the same
And I go, hobgoblins! Hi, everybody. Hi.
I draw my halberd and I make sure to be in front. Make sure to stay close.
Let's roll initiative. The hobgoblins are coming in, snarling, and ready for violence. Oh, I dropped it.
All right. It's
How many attacks of opportunity do you get? Is it one around or?
It is for warriors. It's 1 plus half your level, or 1 plus 1/3 your level. For everyone else, it's always 1.
I don't really have any information on mine for damage or range.
Your weapons do D4 damage
And to hit is +1.
plus 0. Everyone at first level starts out at +0.
Is it rounded to the nearest one?
Hold on, let me take a look here. Warriors and monsters can make 3 attacks of opportunity plus 1 per 5 levels. All of the characters can make 1 plus 1 per 5 levels.
So since I
Yeah,
have 2
sweet.
in my hand, I get 2 per turn, right?
You get 2 attacks per turn, correct.
Okay.
Are you ambidextrous as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So that means on the 5th level, I'll get 4 attacks of opportunity.
Right, but yeah.
What if I throw mine? Can I throw my side?
Your size are not really throwing weapons. There is something you can do with them. You can trap certain types of incoming attacks if you devote an action to it. Just looking it up right here.
I think of Melina, who can throw them too.
Oh, maybe there is a throwing in here side. No, they do not throw. So if you want to make if you want to disarm your enemy's weapon, which is kind of hard to do, especially at low levels, you get a bonus of 2 to doing it. Same thing if you want to make a block or a trap, which are specific combat things. We'll talk about them after this encounter.
Okay.
Because they're a little complicated.
So weapons. What's my range for this then?
Melee. They're just melee weapons.
Okay. And then +1 to speed, right?
The speed on them is 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's +4 on my thing, Neil. I messed up. So I would have a total of 10.
Alright, so Jen goes at 10, Jeff goes at 16, Anna at 7, and V at 4. Okay.
Do we know if hobgoblins speak common?
Some. Most of them don't. But the one... no, actually, V goes first. 4 goes first. What are you doing, Kess?
Make sure not to wander away too far, Cass.
3, what are you gonna do? You're muted.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack the first one. That comes
Okay.
or come closest to us.
Alright, so
Okay.
the hobgoblins start running forward. You go first, so you can step forward and engage with one of them before they reach the wedding party. Make me your 2 attacks.
So for this one, it's just a D20, right? Since we don't have any hit.
Correct. That is a natural 1. Why don't you make me a saving throw versus death, and we'll see what sort of fun things can happen. Oh god, how much did you fail that by?
What does it have to be by?
Your saving throw is to the left of your hit points on your character sheet.
Oh, 13.
So you failed by 3. So you kind of stumble over a rock in the road as you come over to these guys and like pitch forward. You manage to catch yourself, but you lose your second offhand attack this round as you're trying to like regain yourself and not be overborne by the hobgoblin who thrusts at you with his arming sword for a total of an 8, which is a miss. Who was next in line? I think that is Anna.
I had pulled out my daggers to try to wave them for people's attention, so I guess I'll just go with those. And I don't move. How far away is the closest hobgoblin?
The closest hobgoblin is right next to Kess, maybe 10 feet from you.
Okay, so I'm throwing daggers from exactly where I am, and I get 2 because I didn't move because of my missile fighting style.
Correct.
So...
Actually, you can do a half move and still throw 2 with the missile fighting style. So...
Well, they're in my close range. Would it help me at all to move?
No.
Okay. I'm trying so hard to get Kellen out of my voice. It's like really... the Valley Girl thing apparently is much closer to the top of my actual vocal mind. To hit... Oh, to hit...
It should be 0, unless you have really high dex.
So it's just a d20?
Yeah.
Flat?
Yeah, you're level 1 again. 17 is a hit.
And then my second one?
Go ahead.
Or roll damage?
Roll damage first, actually, because all the hobgoblins should go before you get your second attack. Second attacks come at the end of the round.
1.
Ooh.
Just a little dagger.
You should be rolling a d4 for
my throwing dagger?
Are they actual throwing daggers instead of normal daggers? Okay.
I mean, does it... I guess...
Well, throwing daggers, you throw 3 in a round instead of 2 in a round.
Yeah, then I get 3!
Okay, cool. That's why we gotta... Yeah. So you hit one at kind of like a graze in the hip. The hobgoblin barely registers the attack. Olivia.
I get 3!
Yeah, but your second and third come at the end of the round.
Oh, okay.
Olivia.
I will cast a spell I haven't cast in a while, so let me see if there's any components to make it seem cooler. I put out my hands looking at one of the menacing hobgoblins. A luminous glow appears at the tip of my fingers as I point one of them, and I say, I feel and I know that you feel nice. Light. And then I cast light in his eyes.
Okay.
And dark.
The hobgoblin stops mid-stride as his eyes kind of overcome with this white film across them, giving a wild shriek before charging headlong towards a mass of halflings, swinging wildly with his arming sword. So penalty to hit, but a natural 20 is still a critical on the poor innocent halfling.
Not the wedding people.
He cuts down the halfling for 10 points of damage.
No!
The halfling drops a corner of a palanquin. The other halflings are freaking out at this. They kind of start to move, but the palanquin tumbles. Mary falls off the edge of it, taking minor falling damage.
Mary, no!
Actually taking a lot of falling damage. Mary falls and hits her head on a rock and is just out or dead. We're not sure yet.
Mary!
Meanwhile, the fourth hobgoblin, who you guys didn't quite see, actually that's only the second one that went, a third hobgoblin comes waving his sword in front of Ransom, kind of sizing him up, looking at him like, I can take this guy. It's a long weapon, but I think... He grumbles and goes ahead, provokes the opportunity attack, tries to duck out of the way and come in close to skewer Ransom.
What a fool. I take a stab at him as he comes in.
All right, a 9 is a miss. He closes from the outside towards you and slashes with his sword. Ooh. With his arming sword with an 11.
It's a miss.
That is
AC
a miss.
15.
It clatters against your chainmail, sending sparks everywhere. The fourth hobgoblin comes out of hiding from where you did not see and charges straight at Ransom as well. Give me an attack of opportunity against him.
All right, I stab him. I take a stab at him as he comes in.
Doesn't go so well. The hobgoblin comes up and slashes at you with a 16, doing 2 points of damage to you, Ransom.
Oof.
Just a flesh wound for now. It is your turn, though.
All right, I'll stab at the one that just hit me.
Oh,
And
not
miss.
going well for Ransom today. Everyone, no, Anna, you get 2 more attacks.
That's
Ransom
right.
too? I specialized in this one.
You get your second. You get 2 attacks next round.
Okay.
13 is indeed a hit. These hobgoblins are clad in leather armor.
Doo, doo, doo. Tiny little throwing daggers doing very little damage.
You strike him for 1 point of damage and get your third attack, please.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, joyous day. Roll me a saving throw versus death, please.
Is it? Oh
Oh
dear.
my. You have a 50% chance to have targeted Kess instead.
Why is it always with you and me, Neil? Why?
Why don't you roll a d20, and on a 1 through 10, you hit Kess. Or target Kess.
Whoa.
Natural
What is
20.
happening right now? Do you see these rolls?
It
1,
goes
1,
wide.
120.
It goes far wide and lands nowhere to be seen. Let's roll initiative for next round.
Helen, watch out!
Sorry. My bad.
Wow. I crit my niche.
My niche.
Neil?
Yes.
I'm gonna... Would Horizon work, like, if I just want to cast one, or is that impossible?
You can cast an Orison. It'll heal 1 point of damage
Per a round or something?
per round.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dang it. The band's name should have been Devotion.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't we do that?
You can go through a name change.
We can always
We still can. We haven't made it big yet.
Well, kind of. We'd have to change all our branding. It'd be so hard.
And we wouldn't want to let those pesky Koi Bukaris guys get the KK name for free.
Kess, you go at the same time as the hobgoblin that is staring you down. He's like,
I get up and I look at him meanly and I'm like, "Arr!"
there you go. That's a stab.
And I take my side and I stab him.
Stab him again. 3 damage right in the belly. Give me your second attack. Because you are dual wielding, they go at the same time. That is the... Oh! Critical hit!
Dang.
Double damage, 2d4.
Damn.
Alright, your second dagger comes right up underneath his jaw,
Arr!
and
Arr!
the hobgoblin collapses into a pile on the ground. Oh, he also gets his attack because you guys went at the same time. But a natural 1 is a miss against you. So he dies. The next hobgoblin checking initiative. The next hobgoblin goes at the same time as Olivia. This is the blind one. And he is just kind of walking around, slashing wildly at, hopefully, halflings. And he misses, hitting absolutely nothing. Olivia.
I will go towards Mary and see if she's still alive. And if yes, I'm going to cast Horizon on her.
Okay. She is still alive. She's bleeding from her forehead. You cast Orison on her, and you see the flesh begin to knit just a little bit, just enough to kind of stop the blood, and her eyes bat for a moment, and she starts to rouse, and then kind of falls into a gentle slumber.
Yeah, so I'm like, happy winning anniversary! From her forehead, and I like put her in the arms of her little husband. I'm like, Joseph, get her away from harm, quickly.
Right. Joseph picks up his bride-to-be and with his best men kind of travel off to the side. With his groomsmen travel off to the side while Joseph's best man draws his short sword from his side to join the fray.
This is so cute. He's all tiny.
The best man steps in with his short sword, trying to stab at the ankles of one of the hobgoblins, but to no effect whatsoever. I think it is Anna's turn next. Yes.
Okay, and I switched to my crossbow because the daggers were only out because that's what I grabbed, but my crossbow is better.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's also 0?
Yes.
I'm feeling very like off my groove because they interrupted my concert.
The worst.
Yeah.
The shot goes far and wide. Ransom, the 2 hobgoblins are close to you, swinging with their arming swords against you. One is a 6 and the other is a 14. Both are misses. One of them clattering hard against your armor, though. And you get 2 attacks right now.
Okay, I stab forward with my halberd, encouraged to do one better than my girlfriend. Inspired.
There you go. That's a hit.
Let's see, 1d10 plus 2.
You skewer one on the edge of the halberd, badly wounding him. He lets out a low roar.
Alright, and then I take another stab at him.
You hit him again. This time driving the spike home into his chest as he slumps off the end of it. That's it. Initiative for next round.
Is drawing a weapon and attacking with it allowed?
Yeah.
On turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have to physically drop your halberd, though. There's no place to stow it. You'd have to put it on the ground.
Got it.
Ooh, 18. Not super fast. 6. 11. Jen?
Yeah, I'm trying to see, like... okay, it's plus 6. Got it.
Okay. The hobgoblin fighting Ransom goes first. He's had it. He takes a fighting withdrawal, kind of slashing at you, trying to bash your halberd away from him as he backs up into the woods, snarling in hobgoblin at his buddy who snaps in his direction. And, well, it's not his turn yet. V.
I go to the one that's trying to escape, and I get ready to stab him. Can I do that?
You can do it. He's backing up towards the woods, but you can go ahead and stab him.
Then I do that.
13 is a hit. Ooh, nice. And 2 is a miss.
It's not one.
He's been stabbed.
Alright,
Who
so
goes-
yeah, I stab him in the arm, I guess.
Anyone have better than a 13?
I rolled an 11.
Yes, you go then.
Alright,
Oh, your 10 goes
10.
even before the 11.
Okay,
Good job.
so... let's see. I take off my flail, and I'm gonna try to hit the goblin that's like right next to us. Even
The
with
blinded one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna... could I try to get like a back attack on him?
He's
'Cause it's
blind, so it doesn't matter where you attack him from, you get a +4 bonus.
Okay, so I don't have bonuses, right? As a cleric, I'm just
Right.
like 20.
Yep, flat d20, but since he's blind, you get +4. That is still a miss. Your flail
I
goes far and
flailed.
wide.
Flail.
You failed your flail to flail attack.
Yeah.
Stretch.
I'm like, what's the name of the best man? I'm like, best man, what's your name?
Robert!
Come on, Robert! Let's get this asshole down!
Arrgh. Ransom, it's your turn.
All right, I tossed my halberd off to the side and rush in with the longsword, attempting to finish it quickly. Oops.
Natural 1. Give me a saving throw versus death. Oh god, how much do you fail by?
Let's see, failed by 7.
You smash your sword against a tree at an awkward angle. Your sword needs to make a saving throw versus crushing blow, or it breaks.
Wow.
Let me figure. I'll let you roll it. Let me just figure out what the roll needs to be. It is metal versus crushing blow. You need a 7 or higher on a d20 for it not to break. All right. It's
Barely.
intact. The blinded hobgoblin is running straight towards his buddy. Kess is in between the two of them. Actually, Olivia, you get an opportunity attack because you're adjacent to him and he moves.
Yeah. So it's another d20 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. You smash him with your flail. Roll me some damage.
2.
He keeps running after taking a hit.
Wait. Also, my buddy Robert totally gets an attack.
Oh, you're right. I forgot all about Robert.
Yeah.
Robert rolls a natural 2 and wildly misses the hobgoblin's ankles.
But didn't he also try to attack before he got the attack of opportunity? You should give little Robert.
He rolled a higher initiative.
Okay, fine. I wanted more Robert rolls.
Yeah. He comes right towards his friend, who seems to be shouting at him, and makes a flailing attack at Kess from behind.
No, my
Kess,
sister!
the hobgoblin stabs you gently for 4 points of damage with his longsword, or his arming sword.
4 points of damage?
Yes.
That's not gently. That's like over half my health.
Not so gently, he stabs you with his arming sword. And Kellen.
I double over a little.
I try with my crossbow again.
14 is a hit.
Hooray!
You strike the retreating... Which one were you hitting, actually?
The one that was poking at Kess.
Okay, you hit him in the back, and he goes down because he had 1 hit point remaining.
Get wrecked.
He topples over, almost landing on Kess, but kind of rolling off to the side. It's only the one hobgoblin left with the arming sword, who's desperately trying to back up. I think everyone's had a turn this round, so let's roll initiative. Eight, 18, 8.
The force is not with me roll-wise today.
We're still missing an Olivia. 9. Robert goes first. He darts between Olivia's legs, getting to trying to squeeze around Kess. Takes a wild stab with a 16, and hits the retreating hobgoblin for 5 points of damage, bringing him down.
Robert.
The last
I
hobgoblin
feel
drops to the ground in a expanding pile of blood.
I scream, hell yeah, Robert! Well done, my man! Give it up for my man, Robert here! Woo!
I doubled over a little bit. Am I bleeding or not really?
Yes, you are bleeding. It won't deal damage over time, but you are bleeding.
So I'm bleeding and doubled over a little bit.
Oh,
I run to
I
her.
rush over and I like kind of cradle you a bit and make sure that Kess is okay.
This is how, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the best man does it at this wedding!
Excuse me, Olivia, could you tend to my dear Kess here?
Oh, yeah, sure, but I mean, like, she's not passed out of anything. Like,
She's just been stabbed.
yeah, like, I mean,
Just
I'll get
bleeding,
there.
you know, no big deal.
Yeah. I'll get to this. Woo! My man Robert. And then I like go to her and I'm gonna cast one Horizon.
How much does that heal me for?
1 point.
Oh.
Don't you have more powerful healing magics than that, Olivia?
No.
When I hear that Ransom is encouraging her that way, I like gain a lot more respect for him. I kind of like I like pat him on the back. I'm like, thank you.
I say, in life, you could choose to invest in one single spell that could save one single person or make them feel much better. Or you could opt to be able to spread the love and make sure everybody's fine. So today, with my magic, I saved not only our dear comrade, Kes, but also our bride-to-be, Mary. Give it up for Mary!
The halflings look on at you horrified as you're applauding while one of their own is dead. Mary's unconscious.
Huh? Oh, but Mary's safe.
Mary's safe, but one of the festive goers is dead. And they're looking at you while like, give it up for Mary! She's like unconscious, blood all over.
Oh, well, I guess my character didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
The halflings look around, not quite sure what to do.
I call upon my charisma and I kind of give a speech and I'm like, on a day of love, and I kind of motion for Kes to play some ocarina because I'm about to speak some words. Like, on a day of love, Mary and Joseph, united, we are all in darkness, in blood, we find true unity.
As he says that, I grab someone's hand. Like, I grab Robert's little hand.
I say, Mary and Joseph, may your wedding be blessed. Even though we have seen darkness today, we have also seen true light. And we, warriors, bless your marriage in the absence of this threat.
May Luna bless this wonderful wedding as she is a passionate god, so your love should be passionate as her.
I kind of pat her like, okay, honey. And I have super high charisma, so does it work, Neil?
Let me see a charisma roll from you. Let's see how high that charisma is. Maybe
I want to know how my bunnish speech did, so I'm gonna roll as well.
My rolls are horrible today.
Helen, your sister is shaken. You're shaken. Your sister's wounded badly here. You know.
I tried though.
You did try.
Hey, my bonus speech about passion made them feel better though.
But you are not proficient in spoken words. So that's at -5, so it's an 18.
What? I thought it was just a charisma check.
No, because she's
Oh.
she's the orator here. She has a proficiency in oration, I think, or in
Me?
spoken word. Yeah.
I do have a proficiency in voice, which includes singing and spoken word.
Yeah. So the halflings kind of pick their things up. Joseph eventually finds a way to wake up Mary. They put the dead halfling on one of the palanquins and kind of turn around and head back the way that they came. Much more somber than before. You get many thanks for your assistance here. Joseph comes to you when when Mary eventually is able to walk, and in very broken common says, I, to thee, extend grace for help with flop hair goblin.
Totally. Thanks.
I bow.
He bows deeply back to you.
I respond in, is this the one who fought?
No. This is the husband-to-be.
I talk to him in halfling and I say, try not to let this wear on you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what I've done without you, the four of you coming by like this. It's as if the gods smiled upon our wedding in their own cruel, twisted sort of way.
Yes, all too cruel.
I write down smile in their own cruel, twisted way.
Oh, this is all happening in halfling. Do you speak halfling?
No. Then I don't write it down.
Wait, don't we get a language? Did you pick your language?
Yeah, we speak at least Elvish and Common.
Right. How
But
many
then-
languages can you speak? It's on your
4.
4. Yeah. Did you guys determine any other additional languages you wanted to speak?
I hadn't asked you yet, but I wanted to be able to speak whatever the equivalent of like the most romantic languages, a romance language, like I speak French or something, like something really artistic.
Common or something.
I think most people would consider Elven to be that romance language. I'm not sure what elves think the romance language is. Jen, you speak French. As a French person, what do you think is the most romantic language?
That's a good question.
British. It's just a really good. No, I'd say it's probably. I guess Spanish.
Okay.
Or
Maybe Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the equivalent of Italian in fantasy.
Okay, that would be a subdialect of Common called a Cuban. If you zoom way out on your map, like so you can see the entire continent. I'll give you guys a moment to catch up here.
Okay.
A Cuban is the language spoken by... Ooh, God, can't even see that. Over here on the left.
Okay.
This region. That's the heart of Akuba. It technically extends all the way to this desert and to the edge of the Elven borderlands. But the heart of it is that kind of shaded area over there. That's a human kingdom, but they speak their own dialect. They're kind of estranged from the rest of the humans. They've got some issues. No one really goes there, but they have a very interesting language.
So we have 4: Common, Akuban, Elvish, and...
But I can leave a slot open for if I want to learn a language later, right?
Yes. The halfling who's speaking to Ransom says, I would, if you're headed in our direction, we'd be happy to put you up for the nights. Unfortunately, we don't have any bedrooms or buildings sized for you except for the stables. There might be a nice pile of hay there, if you would like.
Hay sounds really romantic.
Do I think we're gonna make it to our destination today? Was there a place that we were intending to go?
The destination you guys are headed for is beyond their village. After you chat with them for a while, you guys are headed to Half Hill. They live just a little bit before Half Hill. They live like kind of south of it, down here-ish.
Yeah, it would be our pleasure to utilize your stables.
They smile, or he smiles, informs the other halflings of the plan. And
Thank you. That's very kind of you. And I run up and I give everybody there a hug just to kind of help them feel better.
all right, hugs all around between Kess and the halflings. You guys eventually come to their little village. It's a really little village. It's pretty much just like 4 families here. It appears the groom-to-be is from another village, and he's moving in here once he marries to kind of help run his wife's farm with her. And I think that is where we will end for today.
Aw.
On a bit of a sorrowful note.
Yeah, but at least we saved the bride and groom.
Yes, you did. Mary and Joseph will live to perhaps father a child. Or 2.
Or mother a child.
Or 10, why
That's
not?
true. Why do we say father a child as in to produce, but mother a child as in to protect?
I didn't know he said father a child. I thought that was only in speaking about the man.
No, but like you say,
mother a
he
child.
fathered, children, meaning to he produced children. But if you say that person mothered a child, that doesn't mean create children. It means like take care of them.
Take care of children, yeah.
Yeah, you would kind of expect mother to be producing and father to be protecting, but it's actually the other way around.
Weird. That's true. I've never thought of that.
About it, like a mother does kind of protect because the child was born from the mother, so they have that instinct like automatically.
Yeah, there's a lot
I think
more.
that's where that comes from.
Interesting.
Anyway, That's it. Since we are not doing experience, right? You guys can just decide when you want to level up and pitch it to chat, and then they will vote on it. So, do you guys feel like you've done enough to level up today?
I don't think so. We only fought 3 hobgoblins.
Okay.
Yep, next week.
Nah.
All right. Next week on D&D Devotion. Let's give our shout-outs and head out. I'll start tomorrow at noon. We've got Dicing with Death. If you are familiar with Dicing with Death, we're going to do a check-in with Georg before we continue with Roy. If you are unfamiliar with Dicing with Death, tomorrow is going to be an interesting peek at a high-level character and our Western-style cowboy character that I'm running. So that's on twitch.tv/Koibu tomorrow at noon Pacific time, and then we're going to play XCOM 2, because I'm really addicted to that right now. Tag Olivia.
Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me at LivinPinkSC2. Besides that, I have nothing short-term coming up that's that interesting. Christmas vacation in Florida, yay. And then we have the 6th Invitational, which is what I'm already working on right now. It's going to be the biggest Rainbow Six event since launch in Montreal. There's going to be like room for a crowd of like 450 people or something. So It's going to be our biggest event ever. So I'm really stoked for that. And we're working with a bunch of agencies for like branding and staging, and like it's my first ever event organizing, so it's really interesting. So you should follow that storyline as it progresses in my life.
Who do you tag?
I tag Trump.
Cool. I'm going to be playing, if you happen to be in Austin, Texas, this Saturday, there's a board game meetup at Dragon's Lair, so I'll be playing there. If you happen to be there, I might get into a board game with you. Who knows?
Nice.
That'll be fun. Tag V.
I'm V Parlefoy. You can find me at everything V Parlefoy. Right now, working on Glass. Going to be doing Glass stream tonight. Lots of creative stuff. Working on my bow later, and also in the meantime, playing Final Fantasy 15 because that game is awesome. And that's it for me.
Who do you tag? Usually right before this show, I do a show called Dice Camera Action, which is a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons live role-playing show on the official Wizards of the Coast channel. But this week we're doing that tomorrow at 4 p.m. and it is the season finale. So we're finishing Curse of Strahd tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a doozy. So tune in at WOTC_D&D. Yes. On Twitch. And I'll also tweet about it. So if you want to be reminded, follow Anna Prosser on Twitter.
All right. We'll see you guys next week with more Misscliks D&D Devotion. Bye-bye.